Hello, my name is Raquel Hunter, and today I will discuss the 7 major elements of language. These include phonetics, phonology, morphology, lexicon, semantics, syntax, and pragmatics. Each of these plays an important role in how people communicate, understand one another, and develop language skills. As future educators, understanding these concepts helps us better support our students as they learn to speak, read, write, and communicate effectively. Phonetics. What is phonetics? Phonetics is the study of the physical sounds used in spoken language. It focuses on how speech sounds are made, how they travel through the air, and how we hear them. Phonetics is closely connected to pronunciation because it helps us understand exactly how sounds should be spoken. For example, the words pat and bat are almost identical except for the first sound. Learning phonetics helps students improve pronunciation, reading, and speaking skills. Example: the words pat and bat begin with different speech sounds. Sounds p and b. Those sounds are produced differently by the lips and vocal cords. Phonology. What is phonology? While phonetics studies how sounds are physically produced, phonology studies how those sounds function within a language. Phonology looks at the rules that determine how sounds create meaning. In English, changing one sound can completely change a word. Understanding phonology is important because it supports reading development, spelling, and phonetic awareness. Example: changing the sound p to p changes the word from pat to bat, creating a completely different meaning. Morphology. What is morphology? Morphology focuses on how words are formed and how different parts of words affect meaning. A morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning in a word. Some morphemes can stand alone, while others, like prefixes and suffixes, are added to change meaning. For example, adding on to happy changes the meaning to unhappy. Understanding morphology helps students decode unfamiliar words and expand their vocabulary. Example: happy, unhappy. Play, played. Teacher equals to teach plus teacher. Lexicon. What is lexicon? A lexicon is a complete collection of words in a language. Every language has its own vocabulary and expressions. Since I grew up in Monterrey, Mexico, I appreciate how English and Spanish each have unique words and expressions that sometimes cannot be translated word by word. As educators, we should recognize the multilingual students bring valuable language knowledge into the classroom. Example: in English, we say dog. In Spanish, we say perro. both words represent the same animal, but belong to different lexicons. Semantics. What is semantics? Semantics is the study of meaning in language. It examines how words, phrases, and sentences communicate ideas. Meanings can change over time, which is called semantic shift. A good example is the word mouse. Years ago, it referred only to the animal. Today, it commonly refers to a computer accessory. Understanding semantics helps students improve vocabulary and reading comprehension. Example of a semantic shift. The word mouse once referred only to an animal. Today, it also refers to a computer device. Syntax. What is syntax? Syntax refers to the rules that organize words into meaningful sentences. Even when two sentences have the same meaning, changing the word order changes the sentence structure. Good syntax makes communication clear and understandable. As teachers, helping students develop strong syntax improves both writing and speaking skills. Example: standard syntax: the dog chased the cat. Different syntax: the cat was chased by the dog. Pragmatics. What is pragmatics? Pragmatics focuses on how people use language in real-life situations. Sometimes, what someone says is not exactly what they mean. We use context, facial expressions, body language, and tone of voice to understand the intended message. Pragmatics is especially important in social communication because it helps students learn appropriate ways to communicate in different settings. Example: someone says, "It's cold in here." They may actually be asking someone to close the window instead of simply setting the temperature. Conclusion. In conclusion, each element of language plays an important role in communication. Phonetics and phonology help us understand speech sounds. Morphology helps us understand how words are formed. Lexicon gives us vocabulary. Semantics explains different social settings. Together, these elements allows us to communicate effectively, understand others, and support language development in our own classrooms. As a future teacher, I know that understanding these concepts will help me better meet the needs of my students and create meaningful learning experiences that strengthen their communication skills.